Sairam students, I hope all of you are doing good. Today, we'll begin with a new topic from English composition, and the name of the topic is message writing. Now, you must have passed on messages so many times. For example, if your mom has to step out to buy groceries and she has a very important message to be conveyed to your dad, who is expected to return in her absence, what she will do is she'll give the message to you and ask you to convey it to her. So this message you will pass on orally. In today's class, I will teach you how to write a message. A message can be, given orally, or, you can write it down. Orally, we all have been doing all these years. But today, we are going to learn how to write a message. Quickly, just go get your book and a pen and start jotting down all the important points. We'll be covering up the format of writing a message. Before that, I'll tell you what a message is. Then, I will also be dealing with the tips of writing a message. So, let's get started. What is a message? A message is a short piece of information that you have to give a person when you cannot speak to him/her directly. I just give you an example. If your mom has to go out to buy something and there is something very important that has to be conveyed to your dad, so she cannot speak to she cannot speak to him directly. So what she will do? She will pass on that piece of information to you and you will convey it to her. Message writing example. When your mom leaves a message for you to read in her absence after you come back from school. There must be instances, wherein your mom has to leave for some urgent work and you are at school. So how does she convey that message to you? She will write it down somewhere and keep it for you, so that once you're back, you can read it. Like I told you, a message can be written or oral. Oral is not a part of our syllabus. I'll be teaching you how to write a message. We have the format of message writing. To begin with, we have the heading, followed by the date, time, salutation, body, sender's name, and the box. Now, one by one, I will be explaining all these points to you. Make sure you write them down. To begin with, we have the heading or the headline. Message writing begins by writing the word message in bold and capital. So, can you see this? You will write the word message, that too in bold and capital. Now this is written in the middle of the line. The very first line you will write down message, and message will be written in the middle of the line. Now why this is done? This is done in order to catch the attention of the person for whom the message is drafted. If there's just a piece of paper lying, maybe that person's attention may not go. But when you write the word message in block and bold, it will definitely draw the attention of the person for whom the message is drafted. Okay, so the very first point is you will write the word message in bold and capital letters, and that too on the very first line in the middle of the line. Next is the date. Date is written on the very next line. Okay, where you write message, leave a line. Just below that, on the left hand side, you will write down date. Okay, and date is always written in the expanded form. Now, you will not write the date like this. This is incorrect way of writing the date. Always make sure you use the expanded form. Now, what do you understand by expanded form? You will write down 18th August 2021. This is called as the expanded form of writing date. So, this is the only correct way of writing the date. Anything apart from this will be considered as incorrect. Okay. Just below the date, write the time of the message. What time you are writing that message is very important. So, date will come on the left hand side, and just below the date, you will write down the time as well. How will you write down the time? It will come as 4:30 p.m. Okay? Clear, students? Salutation. Very important. Salutation. Before writing the main content of the message, it is important to address the reader. It helps in avoiding ambiguity and appears to be polite. Now, before you start writing the content, the main body of the message, it's very important. For example, if you're writing a message for your mom, so you will write mom and then you will begin with the body of the message. If it's for your brother, you will mention his name. If it's for your sister, you will mention her name. So it's very important for the reader to know, that this particular message is addressed to him or her. Okay, it helps in avoiding ambiguity. Okay, it will not leave the reader puzzled. There will be no vagueness. For example, if you want to convey a message, but you don't write the name of the person to whom you want to convey, that person will not understand. Okay, that message is meant for him or her. Okay, so it's very important to write down the name of the person. Name of the person doesn't mean you'll write your mother's name. You will write mom. Clear? Also, it appears to be polite. Yes, when you mention mom or dad or your brother's name or your sister's name, when you use that, it looks, it appears to be it's a polite way. Fine? Next is the body of the message. Now, it's the main content of the message wherein you provide all the information that needs to be conveyed to the person you are unable to contact. Yes, if you have taken the information on behalf of that person when he or she was not available, it is your duty to pass on the information in a proper way. So your body should consist of the information that has to be passed on. Clear? So, the main content of the message wherein you provide all the information You have to convey to the person you are unable to contact. That is a part of the body of the message. Now, it's very important to stick to vital, to important information only. Hi, how are you? I'm doing good. Okay, hope your brother is fine. Hope your sister is good. Give my regards to your parents. You will not mention all these things. It's not needed. Okay, stick to important information and keep the message of the body short and crisp. Short doesn't mean you will avoid important information. Okay, you will see to it that you're drafting the message in a particular way, and you are, all the important points are a part of your message, whatever has to be conveyed. And avoid using long sentences. It may confuse the reader. Sender. Once you are done with the body of the message, mention your name. Yes, the reader of the message, the ones who is receiving the message, okay, for whom the message is written, should know who has written the message. So your name should be there once you are done with the message. Now students, in your examination, what you will do, if you get a question of message writing, make sure you write a name. At times name will be mentioned in the question itself. Make sure you write that name. Okay? And where will you write the name? You will write towards the left hand side. You will leave a line after the body is done, and just below that you will write your name. And this helps the reader to identify the sender, to understand who has written that message. Clear? Enclose the message within a box. Very important. Make sure you enclose the entire information in a box. Do you remember notice writing? I showed you a rectangular box. A similar box to be drawn for message writing as well. Moving ahead. Look here. First and foremost, this is the rectangular box I was talking about. Okay. I hope all of you have seen this. Then we have message written over here on the very first line and the middle of the line. Okay, and that too in capital letters. Then there's a line left over here. On your left hand side, you write the date in expanded form. Okay, don't leave a line after that. After message, you leave a line and write date towards the left hand side of the page. Okay, and just below the date, you will mention the time. So they'll come one below the other. Then leave a line, and next comes is your salutation. Okay, you leave a line, and then here is your salutation. Okay, then on the very next line, you start writing the body, the information that has to be conveyed. Okay, once that is done, and it will come only in one paragraph, student. Okay, once that is done, you will leave a blank line. Leave a line, and towards the end, you will write down the name of the person who has written the message. That is your name you will mention. Students, I hope I'm very clear. Moving on, I'm giving you certain tips for writing a message. Make sure to use the language that is suitable for the reader. More complex vocabulary in a message addressed to a child would lead to ineffectiveness. Our purpose of writing the message should be served. If you are writing a message for your younger brother or your for your younger sister, accordingly you will choose the level of words so that he or she is able to understand whatever has to be conveyed. Clear? Stick to the word limit of 50 words. Now, word limit, obviously, the words which are a part of the body will be counted. Like how I told you, notice writing. Okay, similarly, the words which come under the main content, which are a part of the main content, that will be counted and you should write only close to 50 words and not more than that. Do not add extra information. It should be short and to the point. Please don't add any other information apart from the information that has to be conveyed. Okay, let your message be short and to the point. Plan before you pen. Yes, there has to be, you have to plan your message. You just cannot randomly start writing the message. Just make a list of all the important points on a rough sheet so that you do not forget the relevant points while writing. Okay, now if there's a message that you have taken from your brother's friend which has to be conveyed to your brother, okay, you write it down somewhere so that when you're drafting a message for your brother, you will make sure you don't miss out on any point. If in examination you get a question, okay, you can use the last page of the answer booklet to plan your message. Why this planning is required? Because it helps you to maintaining the sequence. You know what information will come first and what will come last. So this helps you in maintaining a sequence which is very, very important. There should be a logical sequence in the message. Make sure you double check for grammatical accuracies and spellings. They carry marks. Now at home, on your personal level, when you leave a message for your brother or your sister or your mom, nobody is going to give you marks over there. This marks I'm talking about in your examination. Okay, once you have drafted the message, make sure you double check for grammatical accuracy and spellings. Why? Because you're in school, we will definitely give you marks. And all of these, they carry marks. Enclose the message within a box using a sharpened pencil. Don't use a pen in your exam. You will enclose the message using a sharpened pencil and a scale. Don't just randomly draw lines. It should look neat. Do not use long sentences in the body of the message. Like I told you, avoid usage of long sentences. Keep them short. Long sentences may confuse the reader. Indirect or reported speech must be used. Very, very important. Okay, you have to use indirect speech or reported speech. You remember I told you in report writing what is indirect speech? Here also, if you are at home and if you receive a call from your brother's friend and if he is not around to answer that call, you will take the entire information. So you are speaking to to your brother's friend and you have to convey this piece of information to your brother. So you will change it into indirect speech. You'll make necessary changes. Now when I say you will make necessary changes, you will not change the meaning of the words. Okay, so you will always and always use indirect or reported speech. Okay students, I'll stop here for today. We'll catch up tomorrow, wherein I will be giving you a sample question. I'll be telling you how to answer that particular question. We'll also be revising once again how to write a message. What you all will do, you'll go through the format and the tips once again, and we'll catch up very soon in the next class. Take care of yourself. Sai Ram and bye-bye.